Well, hello everybody. I hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. I hope the weather is half as nice as it is down in here in Texas. And remember to mute that. And I hope you're all safe and sound no matter where you are. Our thoughts go out to anybody in the Nebraska area or the other areas being affected by the flooding, especially who used to live in Missouri. And my thought goes out to you. I hear the weather has not been all that great in Missouri either. So take care. I hope you are all being safe. Well, I am going to really quickly share this on social media so everybody knows we're live. As you're coming in, say hello. I'd love to hear where you're from. And we would also love to know more about you. Are you a cord cutter? Are you new to cord cutting? Leave us a comment. Let me know. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're live answering your cord cutting related questions in case you're watching this on repeat on YouTube because we put these up to watch later there. So leave us a comment. Let me know. I'll love to hear from you. Hello, Willie. Hello, Daniel. It's good to see you here. All right. I just got to put this on Facebook real quick, and then we will be underway. Oh, Minty, Johnny. I hope I said that right. If I did not, I apologize. Christopher, it's good to have you here. Few quick thank yous. A little while ago, we topped 58,000 subscribers on YouTube just a little while before we went live. So, hey, thank you to everybody who just joined. You helped push us over the 58,000 mark. We're on our way to 60,000. I appreciate that support there. And probably during this live Q&A, I'll be shocked, probably in the next 10 minutes or so, we will actually be setting a record for traffic on the site, for the most traffic ever in a single day on the site. Thank you to everybody who made that happen. I'm eternally thankful for your support of Cord Cutters News. You are a huge part of making this all reality. Hopefully I can help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience as you've helped us be able to make this all happen. So thank you to everybody who's been out there telling their friends and recommending the channel and visiting the website. I really appreciate it. Christopher, it's good to see you here. I used to work at a summer camp in North Carolina. I don't know if you're in the Greensboro area at all. So now, hello from flooding part of Iowa. Well, I hope your house is safe, Richard. I hope your family is safe. Friends are safe too. How's our day been? Unbelievable. It's been very busy. Never had so much traffic in the history of Cord Cutters News. Very, very thankful to all of you who've made this happen. All right, everybody. So if you're new here, post your questions in the chat. I'm going to do my best to answer. They could be a cord cutting question you have. Maybe it's a technical one. Maybe you just want to chat about the new services, the news, DirecTV Now's strange price hike, or many of the others. So keep that. So whatever you want to talk about, let me know. Jim asks, why don't I talk about IPTV? So IPTV just means TV over Internet Protocol, which Sling TV and all that is. But we focus on the legal services here. You know, if you want to use other ones, I'm not going to tell you no. But what I will say is just be careful because there are a lot of crackdowns right now on that at this time. So just keep that in mind. Movie Fences, is DirecTV Now regretting the price hike? 3 months extra. Yeah, so DirecTV Now is offering a deal where you can get 3 months of Direct. If you stay on for 3 months of DirecTV Now, they'll give you $10 off every month as a coupon. So yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. Let's jack our price up and then beg people to stay. I'm hoping maybe they'll think that you'll cool off during those 3 months and then won't cancel. So we'll see. Mark says, thanks for the post on Philo's offer through Groupon. Yeah, so if you haven't seen that over at cordcuttersnews.com, Philo's offering a free month of their service if you sign up through Groupon. Gary says, when is the Tableau Quad DVR, the one that will allow you to record 4 shows at once, going to be released? They still say March. They have not set a date at this time. Wonder if YouTube TV will add some of the popular channels like TLC and HGTV. I'm sure they'll love to. I'm sure there's a price issue here. So fingers crossed they get to work that all out very soon. Hello from Montana there. Hello. It's good to see you there. We're down here in Texas, the great state of Texas, as they like to call it. I heard Hulu Live was picking up a lot of subscribers. Yeah, reports have been that Hulu Live is doing extremely well right now in the world of subscribers. So is YouTube TV, according to many sources. What's the best over-the-air antenna? Now that is really that's really up to a personal opinion. I'll tell you some brands I recommend: Mohu, Antennas Direct, RCA, Wineguard's another good one. I'm missing a brand I typically recommend. I seem like I always forget at least one brand out there. Turn off that monitor so I don't get distracted. But there's many good ones. Do your research. Visit a site like Antenna Web. Type in your zip code or your address and see what's available in your area. Because sometimes you may need an outdoor antenna versus an indoor antenna. So try to be a little educated by going to something like Antenna Web. Hey Luke, have you heard anything about the HD Home Run app coming to Roku? Not at this time, I have not. So hopefully soon. Luke, did you see that Viacom is in a dispute with AT&T? Yes, so their contract's being renewed. There's some history of Viacom playing a little tough. So even if Viacom's channels get pulled from DirecTV now, like we posted about yesterday, would not be surprised to see them return. Nowadays, though, it does happen where they leave and they don't come back. So that could happen, but we'll see. Duff, from my understanding, the Viacom warning is going across all the ones, and I believe it says it's only for DirecTV now, DirecTV, AT&T, that kind of stuff. The AT&T owned streaming services. Channel Master antenna, some people are recommending there. Luke, how does the Roku software hardware in the TCL Roku TVs compare to a Roku Ultra? I would say the higher end, the 5 series and the 6 series TCL Roku TVs are very compatible or comparable to a Roku Ultra. The cheaper lower end 4 and 3 line is probably more like a Roku Stick, which is still very, very good quality. And I would highly recommend, if at all possible, that you go and get an antenna if you can. Even as a backup, it's a good option to have it. So, hey, real quick, since there's so many people here, we've had a lot come in, and I'm sure some people missed it. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really helps us, and hopefully we can help you. But a special thank you. Just before we went live, we topped 58,000 subscribers. Really, really grateful for that. I really appreciate everybody who has told your friends, everybody who's subscribed. It really makes a big difference. And it's on the same day that we're on our path. We will hit, before the end of the show, the best day in the history of the website. So very, very, very thankful for your help. Now let's keep moving forward. Let's help as many people as possible break free from the high cost of cable TV. Let's help as many people as possible go out there and have options, have control over what they watch. So keep that in mind. The TCL 5 Series Roku TV is a great TV. Colin, yeah, I think it's a great TV. I think the 6 Series is definitely better, but the 5 Series is very, very good quality. Hello, Ben. What's the real difference, the mainstream live TV and... Teddy, I don't know if I fully understand your question. Leave me a comment, let me know. Luke, when is the TCL Series 8 coming out in May? I've heard sometime in spring, summer that the 8 series will come out. I don't think there's an exact date for when it will come out. Those things have a way of changing. Luke, how does a household guest account work on Amazon? I see we can have 2 adults on it. You know, Robert, I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it. And Robert and Willie, hey, thanks for being members of our YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. Will AT&T Watch TV be gone soon? Probably not, because they're really pushing it as a way to promote their very profitable mobile phone line. They want you to subscribe to their mobile phone service, so they're giving you TV, because that will more than likely, they think, make you subscribe. Is Hulu Live TV ever coming to Android TV? They have hinted that it will, but at this time it is not on the roadmap. At least that's the last we heard about that. It could be. They could be working on it in secret, having it come out tomorrow for all we know. Luke, what changes has Disney made, if any, to 21st Century Fox leadership now that the merger is closed? From my understanding, probably we will see a lot of changes. I don't believe there's been any major changes announced today. Of course, most of the very senior staff of 21st Century Fox stayed with the new Fox Corp with the Murdoch family, so probably we will be seeing a lot of changes here very soon. Martin says, hi Luke, what is PBS Living? PBS Living is a new Amazon channel. It's available like the PBS Kids. Gives you access to a bunch of their HGTV and Food Network type programming that PBS owns that they're now putting on Amazon channels. So keep that in mind. Luke, when will Hulu Live implement their 2-week guide? They say sometime in the spring of 2019. So really, it could be any day. Luke, will big changes be coming to Hulu now that Disney owns a vast majority? Not anytime soon, but I would imagine that Disney would put their own thumbprint on Hulu. So we'll have to wait and see what the new changes look like. Today is the first day of spring, Robert, but we'll have to wait and see when it actually happens. Do you think Hulu Live will work with 5G? Right now, AT&T 4G, it won't work as only internet. I think it will work if you're on a mobile network for a phone and tablet. It won't work on a Roku or Fire TV. Any news of the new 4-receiver tablet DVR? Still planned to come out this month, so fingers crossed. Yes, I can see you. It's good to see you here. Why is YouTube TV struggling to add Discovery channels? There's a cost. There is a cost there to add them, so it seems like they're deciding not to at this time. Tableau announced a few weeks ago that the commercial skip feature will be coming out in April, so we'll have to wait until April for the automatic commercial skipping to come to Tableau DVRs. Luke, the Fox Sports regional networks look unchanged. I wonder when the new buyers will be announced. Probably in the next few days, the next few weeks. I would be surprised if by the end of April we don't know who the new owners of the Fox regional sports networks are. Luke, I tried PlayStation Vue, but it did not appear to be in HD. Like the service, but no HD is a deal breaker. When I use a PlayStation Vue, it looks like it's in great HD. You may want to see if you have a weak Wi-Fi signal where your device is. Netflix, the on-demand services like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon need a lower internet speed than a PlayStation Vue. So I would try that. And if PlayStation Vue may not be for you, try out Hulu, try out YouTube TV, try out Sling, DirecTV Now, all the others. Give them all a try. Luke, what's the recommended for an outdoor antenna if I live in a valley below sea level? I would recommend get it as high as you can. I don't really have a set one. That really depends on kind of where you are. Luke, the closest broadcast TV transmitter to me is 26 miles away. Is an indoor antenna feasible? It could be. I would definitely get one of the more powerful indoor antennas. If at all possible, I always do recommend an outdoor antenna. So just keep that in mind. I am in the greater Waco, Austin, Texas area. Texas Rogue. Luke, and I was actually in Waco just last weekend. Luke, can you give me an overview of Philo TV? Philo TV is owned by a collection of TV broadcasters. The short end of Philo TV is a live TV streaming service that focuses more on dramatic programming instead of news or sports. So there's really no sports networks on it, very few news networks. No MSNBC, no CNN, none of that kind of stuff. But it does have the Viacom, Discovery, AMC, all those kind of channels, Hallmark channels, and more. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. I really appreciate that super chat. It's a huge help to keep Core Cars News going. We appreciate your support there. Luke, will DirecTV Now lose a... DirecTV Now will lose 1 million subscribers, very possible, but I think 1 million may be a little high. Is there a list of cities getting 5G? There's so many different ones, I don't think there's really an official list of all of them. Claire, well, what part of Michigan? I'm born and raised in the greater Grand Rapids, Michigan area, so it's great to see other people from Michigan. Welcome to the chat. I'm moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Is there a good internet provider that's reliable? There's quite a few up there. I believe most of Dallas-Fort Worth is Spectrum and AT&T. Shop around, get your own things. It is reported that 5G services will be coming to Dallas. Dallas was one of the things that Starry, the service I wrote about today, the 5G service that's launching in Denver soon. Dallas is also on their list. May not be live before you go live, or before you move there. So just keep that in mind. Well, Claire, welcome. Is Clara? I apologize if I'm not saying that right. Hopefully, I am saying your last name, Richardson. It's great to see another Grand Rapids person here. When will the Tableau Fortuner DVR be available? We don't know. They still say sometime in March. Tableau and others have a way of just kind of saying, oh, and it'll be available today at bestbuy.com or something. So as soon as I hear about it, I'll let you know. Why does Hulu Live not carry AMC? It's an expensive channel, and they're trying to keep costs down. I'm sure they'll love to carry AMC if they can get a contract deal that they feel is favorable to them. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Thoughts on the new net neutrality push? I haven't really... My thought with net neutrality is this. You have the doom and gloom people who say that the internet's coming to an end. You have the people who said, everything's fine, net neutrality is not needed, your life will be great. There is a lot of truth that cord cutting existed before net neutrality ended, because I was a cord cutter before there was net neutrality. I'm a cord cutter after net neutrality. But I do understand the principle of net neutrality and how it can be a good idea. And I understand the people who are worried about the government having control over the internet. I understand both sides. So what's my thought on the push? I need to do a little bit more reading into it. I am a little concerned about them forcing the FCC to regulate it, but limiting what the FCC can do with it. But I need to read more about the net neutrality clause before I can really say I like this proposed bill or I don't like this proposed bill. So keep that in mind. Luke, have you heard any more news about Disney Plus? Nothing new in the last few days. I would suspect we may be learning more about Disney Plus in the weeks and months to come now that they owned Fox. Best Wi-Fi extenders. Well, if ever possible, you may want to look at something like a mesh network, like a Google Home system, or maybe just buying a more powerful Wi-Fi router if you could. I'm not necessarily a big fan of the idea of getting extenders, but if you are getting an extender, try to get one of the same brand of whatever router. So if you have a Netgear, get a Netgear. If you have a Linksys, get a Linksys one. So just keep that in mind. What are the advantages to having a Roku versus an Amazon Fire TV Stick? If so, what are they? They're very comparable nowadays. Most of the streaming players are pretty much all the same. Or at least they have all the same apps for the most part. There are a few out there where there are some that are not. For example, the Fire TV doesn't have an official YouTube TV channel or app. But I would say it really comes down to, do you prefer the user interface? Some people absolutely love the Roku interface. Some people hate it. Some people love the Fire TV user interface. Some people hate it. So I would get whichever one you like. And I really don't think you'll go wrong either way. Roku is really based around a little bit more the idea, I would say this, Roku's based around the idea of trying to be as dirt simple as possible. The Fire TV is more based around the idea of just getting, pushing a lot more Amazon content, just to be honest. That's one thing to think about there. Luke, explain the colored Roku boxes behind you. What's the best? Well, these are actually the previous generation boxes. I have the current generation boxes at the office down the road. Really, I mean, the best Roku on the market right now is a Roku Ultra, or the Roku TV 6 series is my other recommendation. If you're looking for the most powerful one, you're willing to spend the money, the Roku Ultra, or for the TVs, the Roku 6 series is probably the best. Kenneth says, Spectrum Choice, they get DVR Cloud. Kenneth, do you use Spectrum Choice? Did they just add a DVR? Let me know. I don't know if I fully understand your question there, or at least your comment. Any idea that Watch on Watch is unreliable and no deleting of DVR on YouTube TV? Is there a good way to manage recordings of seasons and then keep track of Watch on Watch and not losing track? You know, it's a good question. Let me do some research and get back to you. Hey, congratulations. We have a brand new member of the cord cutting family here. Everybody give Miss Joe Dirt, I hope I'm saying that right, a big welcome to the cord cutting family. Congratulations on cutting the cord. Darrell says, does Roku have a web browser? No, that is one thing the Fire TV has over Roku and the Apple TVs. They do have a web browser if that's important to you. Luke, what do you think of the new DirecTV Now plans? The Go Big plan, but I have the Go Big plan, but it's going up $10 a month. I'm wondering if you should make the switch to another company. Now, as far as making the switch to another company really comes down to what you want. Now, is there another service out there that offers what you want? If so, go for it. Take advantage of their free trial, test them out. What I think of the new packages, I don't think they're very competitive. Those Plus and Max packages are not that competitive. The other packages, which use the DirecTV satellite names, $93, always up to $100 some bucks, is just silliness. Just silly, I think. So that's what I think. Will Spectrum's streaming service get a cloud DVR? They kind of hinted at that, but at this moment, no. There is no Spectrum cloud DVR this time. When do you think the next Star Tribune sale will go through? That's a big question. I did see Dish just push that they want to oppose that merger. So we'll see what happens with that. Excuse me, but as far as when will it close, I don't know. Do you think DirecTV Now will ever support a Shield TV app? Your Android TV support would be great. They have not even talked about it. Luke, will cloud DVR come to older Tableau devices? I am unsure. I was under the impression you could use it on the Tableau Dual Lite and newer. I don't believe the original ones support it. Oh, Stanos. Bobby says, I hope the new Rokus will have a web browser so you can get cheaper watching. Yeah. All right, so real quick, since there are so many people here, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. If you're new here, I see a lot of new names. Please hit that thumbs up and hit that like button. It will really help us, and I'll really appreciate your support. So if you have any questions, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and then go leave us a question. I'll do my best to answer them. And don't forget, we have an app for iOS and Android, so you never miss a story over at corecarsnews.com. Luke, are T-Mobile and Sprint still going to merge? Yes, they are still pushing for merger. They need regulatory approval. I believe in the last 2 weeks they went to Capitol Hill for some hearings on it. We'll see what happens. Here's a big question to everybody here. I'd love to know what you think. Should the T-Mobile Sprint merger be approved or should it not? If you have an opinion, also feel free to let us know why. I'd love to hear from you. Do you think that Roku will ever get a deal with a live TV channel that won't cost you anything? I don't know if I fully understand. There are quite a few live content things on Roku that are 100% free. The Roku channel, Pluto, Zoom. Of course, there's ones like Comet have one there. So there are quite a few ones out there. Do you think Netflix needs to make any big acquisitions now to keep up with Disney? I think Netflix is doing pretty well. I'm not really sure who they would buy. Who would you say that Netflix should buy? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, hey, since we're about halfway through, I'm going to quickly play a 15-second ad. These 15-second ads help us pay the bills. So hang in here for 15 seconds if you see this. Some will not, so keep that in mind. All right, to everybody who's not seeing the ad, how YouTube decides who sees the ad and who doesn't, I have absolutely no clue. But hey, a special thank you for joining us. I really appreciate your support. Unbelievable growth, hit 58,000 today. Very, very thankful. I know I've said that earlier in the show, but so many people keep joining us and throughout the chat. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody. How's the new desk? Amazing. Very nice. Bigger, better things in the works. Hopefully in the next few days we'll have some big news. We'll see what happens. All right. Welcome back to everybody who had a commercial. Let's dive back into the questions. Eric says, do you think Apple will ever partner up with a TV manufacturer to include Apple TV in a TV like Amazon Roku? So there was rumors that Apple was building a TV like that for years, and they kind of died off. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Fingers crossed. Apple may still do it. They may not. There's also been rumors that Apple's working on a cheaper version of the Apple TV. But those rumors have died off a lot. So we'll wait and see. Will I be watching the Apple event? Yes, I will be watching next week's Apple event. We'll have live coverage. I'm not sure if we'll be doing a live stream where I'll be talking about it. I may just be doing some writing to get it up on the site. But I'll be tweeting about it. I'll be posting on Facebook. So make sure you subscribe there. Who will own Fox Regional Sports Networks? Who owns it now? Right now, Disney owns them. But they've agreed to sell them. We'll probably find out who the owners of the Fox Regional Sports Networks are in the next few days to the next few weeks probably. Hulu TV no longer carries CNN headline news. I'm not familiar with that. No, you cannot get CNN headline news by an antenna, but I was under the impression they were carrying it. I will look into that. Aaron says, Luke, in my opinion, Netflix should acquire a studio that's not under any Disney umbrella. My question to you is, what studio would that be, and what benefit would that have for Netflix right now to spend all that money? Believe it or not, money is a little tight for Netflix because they're spending much of it on producing original content, and they're producing good original content. So the question is, would it benefit them to spend the money to buy a studio just to produce more original content? Luke, do you see Hulu Live TV getting a bigger price hike now that Disney is a majority owner? Probably not. They just went up. Hulu, from my understanding, is very well placed to be very profitable in the long run. But who knows? Miss Jody says, I got 50 channels using a Mohu Leaf 50. Not all HD, but we're happy. Yeah, not all over there channels are in HD, but many of them are. And getting 50 channels is great news. Like I always said, you should always try to get an antenna if at all possible. It's a huge help to the world of cord cutting. Hello, what's on Netflix? Thanks for the nice tweet. I really appreciate your support there. All right. Do you think Netflix will ever have a live TV service? Netflix has pretty much said no, but Netflix has been running some questionnaires asking about people's thoughts on live TV, according to some reports I've seen. So we'll see. At this point, one of the things that's the most interesting about the world of tech is people will say, nope, not going to do that, not interested, never going to happen, and then 2 weeks later goes do it. Amazon, I'm looking at you right now because I remember a few months ago, there was reports that Amazon was going to launch a free ad-supported streaming service. And Amazon came out and said, no, we are not going to release a free streaming service. A few months later, guess what? Their IMDb, which is owned by Amazon, released a free ad-supported streaming service. And Amazon PRs emailed me about their free ad-supported streaming service. So I'm looking at you, Amazon, and others. Other people do it too. So anything, really, anything could happen. Amazon could do it tomorrow, or they couldn't. We'll see. Or Netflix could do it tomorrow, or they won't. We'll see. Go Blue Poll. He asks, any new information on Vidgo's USA streaming service? Vidgo does say they are still in the works of beta testing a live TV streaming service with US channels. That will be coming soon, so we'll have to see what happens. Luke, is it worth it to subscribe on the Tableau DVR service? If you have a Tableau DVR and you want to take advantage of services like streaming outside your home network, I would say yes, then it's very worth it. Luke, is IMD Free Dive on Roku yet? Yes, you can find it inside the Amazon channel, which is on Roku. You have to scroll down a bit through the menus on the Amazon channel. Just keep going down and you will find a section that says IMDb Free Dive. I keep saying drive today for some reason. Dive. And right there, you can watch your free ad-supported content from Amazon on the Amazon app through the IMDb Free Drive service. Frank says, hi, Luke. Thanks for reviewing the Sling outdoor antenna installation. We had an antenna installed last week and would highly recommend the service. Well, that's great news there, Frank. I really appreciate the comments there. And yeah, they do a great service. Very, very happy with the installation they did. Any T-Mobile TV update? No, sadly not at this time. What are your thoughts on UFC having their pay-per-view events exclusively on ESPN Plus? I mean, ESPN is spending money to bring content to them. It's great. The downside is it limits your ability to go watch it on other services, but hey, that's life. I don't think it's good or bad for cord cutting to have UFC fights pay-per-view available on ESPN Plus. Luke, did you do live TV for a... Paul, I don't fully understand your question. Can you re-ask it? Let me know. Heard the old show Farscape is back on Amazon Prime, but now in HD. I think that comes in April, or am I mistaken? Is it coming out this week? I can't remember. For some reason, I thought that was coming in April, but I could be very wrong. Luke, rumors that Sinclair will buy Fox Sports regional networks. Disney is breaking out the regional networks individually, so you're bidding on, like, if you want Fox Sports Midwest or Fox Sports Detroit, you have to bid on them individually. From my understanding, there have been reports that Sinclair was bidding on some of those. Will they get them? Won't they? Will they get all of them? Will they get one or two? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Luke, a Netflix feed of a mixed... Yep. Jason said, Farscape's page said it went live yesterday. I haven't checked yet. Yeah, Jason, I haven't checked either. Somebody quickly go to Amazon Prime Video and see if Farscape is now available on Amazon Prime Video. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Farscape came out today, Jess said. Hey, thank you. And everybody say a big welcome to Jess. Jess is our newest writer over at Core Cars News. She's now working at Core Cars News full-time. And she'll be, you probably already noticed, quite a few of her stories popping up on the site. So make sure you give Jess a big welcome and keep an eye out them. Oh, Jess says yesterday. So you are right. Yesterday was the day it came out. That's great news. Oh, Luke. Oh, that one question's gone. I plan to keep DirecTV now for the time being. Will I lose any channels I already have? I think it's still a pretty good value. They said that you will still be able to keep the channels you have. Now, there is the issue with this Viacom channels. There may be a blackout. These channel blackouts happen, right? Everybody's experienced one in their life where Viacom channels leave and they come back. Before I became a cord cutter, I had DirecTV, and Viacom channels were gone for a little while, and then they came back. These things happen, so but in today's age, sometimes they don't come back. HBO is not back on Dish, and the neither is Univision. So it's very possible that some blackouts now won't return. Remember, Viacom pulled their channels from Hulu, and they pulled their channels from PlayStation Vue. So would it be unprecedented for Viacom and AT&T not to come to a deal? But that's all speculation. That's all rumors. There's really nothing to back it up right now. I thought I turned that off at the ringer. Let me go silence that. There we go. All right. So big news. Big news. Whenever I say big news like that, I always think of the American Dad where Roger's like, I got big things I'm working on. Big things. I'm the decider. Anybody remember the Decider episode of American Dad? I digress. Hey, guess what? About 5 minutes ago, Core Cars News set a record for the most traffic ever in the history of the site in a single day. Huge thank you to all the everybody here. Everybody who's ever visited the site, I really appreciate your support. Unbelievable traffic. Unbelievable. I really do appreciate you telling your friends and reading the site and subscribing here. Just unbelievable. 58,000 on the YouTube channel. Best day ever on the site. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that growing at unprecedented rates. So thank you. All right, back to the questions. All right, love the articles. Thank you, Christopher. Amazon is a pretty good value as much as Netflix. Maybe both of them can help each other out. One of the things I find interesting a little bit is, this isn't limited to streaming services, but with all the with everything in life, with core cutting websites to YouTube channels to news groups, it seems like a lot of people assume that there's only so many views out there, right? There's only so much people are willing to do, and I have to steal from Netflix to get my subscribers. And I really think it's not necessarily a zero-sum game. I find many people are very happy with Netflix and Amazon. I think Amazon, their streaming is not necessarily the main reason I get Amazon. I get it for the Prime shipping, the music, all that kind of stuff. But then, then the streaming is great. So yeah, I do think that Amazon and Netflix are very able to work together and don't necessarily have to be a competitor to each other. So I think that's very true. Luke, what is the VidGo service? So VidGo is another live TV streaming service like Sling TV, PlayStation Vue, Hulu, and all the others that is coming out in the United States sometime this year, probably with the US. They already have international packages available to subscribe if you want a Spanish package, etc. Hey Luke, can you tell me if an antenna signal can be set to multiple TVs? What is needed? Yes, Norm, there's a couple ways to do this. Of course, the hard way is you get like splitters. You probably get in the hardware store, you see like one coaxial out to like 3 different coaxials, and you can run wires to all the different ones out there. Now the problem with that is it's a lot of work to wire that all in, try to break into current existing wiring and more. So keep that in mind. But I would say the easier way is to get something like a Tableau DVR or a HD home run, connect your antenna to the streaming player, connect that to your internet, and then stream your antenna out there. The great thing about those is like with the Tableau and the HD home run DVR, you do get the ability to also have a DVR with it, so keep that in mind. Mike of Boulder says, FYI, Twit.tv did a stream of Apple's event on YouTube in the past many times, but the last time YouTube banned for more than 2 weeks because of copyright. I have heard that, in the past it was very common, like in Gadget, Core Cars News, we've done it in the past where we would have a live stream of it, and then we would, we would have the stream on here, and then we would do voiceover over it and talk about what they're announcing. Now, it sounds like YouTube's cracked down on that, so if we do a live stream, I may just do commentary. I may just sit here like this as we're doing it, and we would have a conversation. Not sure. I may just focus on posting. Now, I do have a major editorial coming out tomorrow about my thoughts of what the Apple TV service will look like. I'm starting to think it looks a little different than some people are expecting it will be, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I definitely don't want to end up with my channel banned on YouTube. Is this Sling TV player, Air TV player, an Android TV device? Yes, the Sling TV, Android or Sling TV's white Air TV, which boxes actually just off camera over here, is an Android TV device. The black one is not an Android TV device. It's a general device that works on multiple. Now it's more like a Tableau DVR. YouTube TV and Philo are the best group together. Yeah, honestly, with DirecTV Now's price hike, you get Philo and YouTube TV for a cheaper price than the base package of DirecTV Now. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right, keep those questions coming. We got about 20 more minutes. I'm going to do my best to answer as many questions. I'm going to make a quick note to myself to remind myself. Got to remind myself of one thing. Oh. This is riveting TV right here. I apologize. So anybody here a big fan of lists? I'm a huge fan of lists. I always try to have like tasks each day. Like, here's a list of 4 things I'm trying to do tomorrow. And I'm like, these are the 4 things I really want to knock out for tomorrow. Anybody else really into that? I had a college professor get me into that when I was in college. The idea that the next day you look like, here's the 4 things I really need to accomplish today. Did I do them? So I don't know. If you're new and you're looking for a way to get focused on a new project, I always recommend having tasks. Or do you have a different system? I'd love to hear from you. What I suggest is a reaction or a first thoughts video to the Apple TV event on some still images. Yeah, I probably will. I definitely will be posting a video on YouTube. Now with at least a reaction to it. So I've done that in the past. Luke, how can I get YouTube TV in the Fire TV Cube? You could try to use the Silk browser or the Firefox browser. It's subpar. My recommendation, if you really want YouTube TV, get a $30 Roku, hook it up to the same TV as your Fire TV, and then you have the option to have YouTube TV right there for $30. Here's another one. Dean says he's a Hulu Live TV and Philo subscriber. He thinks that's, for the same price as DirecTV Now, it definitely gives you a lot more content versus the new packages. Luke, do you see tech companies like Google or Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, and Amazon trying to purchase sports contracts as they come up? Yeah, Amazon and even reportedly YouTube have definitely been doing this. Facebook's been pushing into it. So yes, would not be surprised to see one day that Amazon bought a sports network or maybe bought NFL Sunday ticket rights or YouTube TV or whatever. I would not be surprised at that at all. Luke, what do you think of Orbi TV? Just don't know enough about it to recommend it right now. All right, any suggestions for an ISP other than DSLs? Cable not available yet. You may have to be waiting for things like fixed wireless or 5G to come to your area. If you only have DSL and there's no cable yet, you may just have to wait. The good news is wireless home internet is expanding across the country. It may take a few years though to get where you are. The only downside about beautiful spring is the pollen is awful today. My allergies are just killing me. Anybody's allergies kicked off today? Unbelievable. Stan, welcome here. Roku has channels that link with your OTA antenna, so you can watch OTA antenna all day on your TV in your house if you have a Roku on each TV. Yeah, so you can use like Castleton. You can use the Antennas Direct Clearstream TV to do that. You can use the Tableau to do that. Tableau DVR will stream to Roku's, so keep that in mind. All right, if I have not answered your question, please re-ask it because there's hundreds of people here, lots of questions coming every minute. So I'm answering one question. Sometimes another question flies by and I miss it. So make sure you ask your questions again. I'm going to do my best to answer as many as I can. What do you think of cord cutting going to look like 3 to 5 years from now? We really don't know. There's so many variables. We're kind of flushing everything out right now. You see the Paramount movie service shutting down and more. So I think in 3 to 5 years, it'll be very up in the air. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, otherwise, if you think DirecTV Now is giving you the content you want and you're happy with the new $10 price hike, then yeah, stay. There's nothing wrong with it. I will say I'm just not a big fan of those Plus or Max channels. I really do think, like I said earlier, getting Hulu, getting Sling, getting direct YouTube TV, and adding Philo to it will give you so many more channels than DirecTV Now had or has with their new packages, the Plus and the Max, for a cheaper price. So just keep that in mind. Luke, what do you think about the Google's new streaming service and streaming player? I think it's kind of a cool idea. I'd love to see competition in the world of gaming. We've kind of gotten to the point where it's just a 3-man race. But I don't know. I haven't really had a chance to play with it. Things have been so busy here, but we'll see what happens. Luke, do you consider Google's new streaming game and OTT cord cutting for gamers? No more set-top consoles. I don't know if I really would consider a cord cutting service. There's been many streaming service like this in the past. Gamefly's tried it and others. So yeah, no, I'm very interested to see what happens with it. I like competition. I guess that's my capitalist nature, and I do like competition. You are right on wise, no locals, but with Philo, but locals are crazy expensive. Rumors are $12 and $16 a month for locals. Luke, since AT&T owns TCM, the Turner Classic Movies, do you see it coming to Philo? Could. Problem is that probably if Philo wants the Turner Classic Movie, AT&T would want them to carry a bunch of other AT&T properties, which would probably be problematic. problematic. Do I play games? Yes, I play a lot of games. Been a little bit of Battlefield 5, a little bit. Replaying some Final Fantasy 7. You classic game fans here. A little bit of everything. Greg says, Luke, the Amazon Fire TV's Recast TV DVR needs to upgrade for quick for guide recording and an Android app recording. Do you know anything about this? No, I do not know of any plans for them to be updating it. I will assume they will be updated soon. Luke, since Disney owns Fox movies now and most of the TV shows, will Disney and Fox TV shows come to movies anywhere? Very possible. Very, very likely. It's a good observation there. And probably not anytime soon. These things don't happen overnight, but probably will. Luke, have you seen any deal for HBO now? Nothing new. With Game of Thrones coming, they're probably not really offering deals because they want you to subscribe for the full price. Anything on the horizon that will aggregate live streams across multiple services to the Amazon Recast? Not a fan of the Amazon ecosystem. Not that I heard of right now, Andy, sadly. Luke, any idea when the Sling TV package with the antenna and player will end? I would say I wouldn't wait. Could end any day. So if you really want that discounted deal, go buy it today. All Old Classic fans, the Citrion channel launches April 8th. That is a great reminder there. I'll make sure to make a note of it right now. Luke, thanks for the heads up on the new live Roku channels. Love free stuff. Yeah, I love free stuff too. If you're not taking advantage of some of the free channels like the Roku channel, Tubi, Sony Crackle, they really like to say Sony Crackle, Pluto and Zoom and all the others, definitely check them out. If you check them out in the past, give them a second look because they've greatly improved in the last couple of years. Luke, what do you think about the DirecTV and Viacom? You know, these things kind of happen. Negotiations go back and forth. Cable channels sometimes disappear from Comcast and then they come back. So will they come back? Probably. Even if they do leave on Friday, it's very likely that they will be coming back. Luke, what's the best way for someone to cut the cord on a tight budget? I have a friend that has a tight budget and not a lot of money to spend on a TV service. What is the best way for him to go? Well, the very, very first thing I would do, Ben, if you're on a very tight budget, is take stock of what you have. Do you already have a streaming service? Do you already have a device in your house that will stream it? Do you have a smart TV, a game system, a DVD player, a Blu-ray player, etc., that will stream the content? So, take stock of what you have now, and look at it. Of course, there's a lot of free stuff. Of course, we're talking about if you get a $30 Roku, you can get the Roku channel, Pluto, the Zoom channel, Tubi, Crackle. There's a ton of content. The new Stir service, which is a free one from Sinclair. So much content out there. Buying a cheap antenna for many people will give you a ton of content. So that's what I'll look. If you have your internet, most people consider that a necessity nowadays. If you have an antenna out there that's a ton of content, add in a bunch of free services, and you may be all set. Honestly, if you have a Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, start digging around. There's so much free ones out there. The other options are some cheap ones. Hulu for $5.99 a month for limited commercials has so much content. You wouldn't be able to believe it. So maybe just have one subscription service and you rotate them. So just keep that in mind. Take stock of what you have now. Look at all the free ones. Maybe think about a cheap antenna and go from there. All right, so last call for questions. We have about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to do my best to answer your questions. So if you have any of them, get them in. Do I think Viacom and DirecTV now will make a deal? Yes, at some point AT&T Viacom will make a deal to keep them on DirecTV. The question is, will a short blackout be needed before that happens? Could be, could not be. We'll have to wait and see. Chris says, Luke, my wife is impressed how fast you can answer questions after you read them. Been doing this a little while, but it does help a little bit that I have an iPad now that sits here that's actually connected to my Windows computer and makes it a screen, so I got the chat up here. So it makes it a little easier so I don't have to do the little up-down. I find it helps me answer a lot quicker. But thanks. Tell your wife thanks. I appreciate the compliment. Luke, what does he mean antenna, satellite antenna? I'm not sure I understand the question. When I was talking about antennas, I was referring to over-the-air TV antennas. Luke, I live in Michigan and currently use Xfinity to get free TV to internet customers. Have you heard about that deal? Nope, I will look at it. I do believe many cable networks have started things like, hey, if you subscribe for this, you get free TV for a period. I go from there. But I'll look into the Comcast one and see if there's something new there that I haven't seen. All right, keep those questions coming, and I'm going to do my best to answer them. One thing. Hey, Jess, if you're still in chat, somebody said there was some spam happening in the group. Could you go look at the group and see if there is any reports of spam you could get rid of? That would be a huge help. Sorry to bother you on your time off. All right, Luke, will YouTube TV expand their channels? Very likely at some point YouTube TV will be expanding to more channels. Luke, can you confirm what apps or channels are compatible with the Fire TV Guide? I believe it is PlayStation View and Philo right now. I'm not sure about others out there. Anybody else know what the Fire TV Guide that works with the Fire TV Recast? I know it works with PlayStation View. I know it works with Philo off the top of my head. Am I missing one? Let me know. Is there a PBS streaming service? Yes, there are some PBS streaming services out there, streaming apps that you can use right now. So keep that in mind. Any chance that YouTube TV will be available on the Fire TV? Yes, but Amazon and Google will need to work out their differences first. Well, could that happen? Sure. I have not heard of it happening, though. Luke, has the new Spectrum live TV streaming service for internet customers come out yet? I don't believe it has. It is supposed to come out this month. It's the 20th, so the next 10 or so, 11 days, hopefully it comes out. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate your support. Paul says Sling TV would be the cheapest way to get go for channels for $25. Even cheaper right now for the next 3 months. You can get Sling TV for just $15 a month. Great option there. And Sling TV does have some 100% free shows for non-subscribers to the Roku channel. Did MGM bring back the Works channel? I'm not sure, Johnny. I haven't heard. My favorite video game, Luke, is Mike Tyson Punch-Out. A good classic. Good classic. I actually have it. I still have my original Nintendo from when I was a kid with a bunch of the games and stuff. Mule, thank you. Yep, we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. 58,000 now. Growing like a weed. I appreciate support. All right. Any word on when Spectrum will roll out their new streaming service called Essentials? No, other than it's supposed to come out this month. PS View versus Xbox. PlayStation 4, versus Xbox. When you see PS, I now automatically say PlayStation View. I have both. I use the Xbox or the PlayStation a little bit more. I was a PlayStation 2 when it was the Xbox versus PlayStation View 2. I just kept on going. Thanks, NYC, for the tip. I'll definitely check that out. Luke, the Roku customer service is great. My Roku Streaming Stick Plus stopped working, and they said they sent me a new Roku Stick Plus. Roku has excellent customer service. Very, very pleased with Roku's experience out there. Luke, would Pluto TV offer Viacom programs for free, including classic Nickelodeon program? It would be interesting to see what they happen. Viacom has a big press event next month, so we'll see at the end of the month. We'll see if they do anything. But Viacom has talked about bringing some more Viacom content to Pluto TV, and you already saw that. Like Survivor Man is now in others content that just rolled out this week. I unfortunately do not have a Nintendo Switch. It's kind of on my to-do list. I have a Wii, I have a Wii U, but I don't have the Switch. Bill, that's very interesting. I didn't think about it. Bill says, as a blind person, I have found that YouTube TV's iPhone app is the most user-friendly. Thanks for that feedback there, Bill. I will keep that in mind because we do every now and then get questions from readers that say, hey, I have a visual impairment. Which service do you believe is best for that? And I'll let them know that you recommended YouTube TV. Luke, does Roku offer support for the TCL Roku TV, or does TCL? I think a little bit of both, but I think TCL may take the lead on that. And TCL also has been very good customer service from what I've heard. Luke, will Apple reveal their new streaming service? With Apple revealing the new streaming service, when will NBC reveal their new streaming service? We don't know. We know the NBC News service will come out in May, but we don't know when the new NBC one will come out, so keep that in mind. Any news on Apple's announcing their upcoming streaming service? Apple does have an event next Monday, and according to all reports, it'll be about the new TV service. Now, that doesn't mean it will go live. People are saying they will announce it, so we'll wait and see. And I don't know, I'm going to be very interested. I kind of wonder if this is going to be more of an Amazon Channels type service with some free content included than more of a dedicated Netflix competitor, so we'll wait and see. Well, I'll be checking out the new Ultraman series on Netflix. Probably watch a few. I'm very excited about the Evangelion series coming to Netflix. The original, the geek side of me is coming out. Proud of it. Luke, do you see Apple offering live channels? Could happen somewhere down the road. We'll see. All right, just a couple more minutes. If I didn't answer your question, please re-ask it. I'll do my best. Justin says, should I wait and get a soundbar, or should I get the Roku wireless speakers for my TV? I have the Roku wireless speakers. I am very happy with them. If you want a soundbar, get that. Luke, AT&T promised low prices during the AT&T Time Warner merger, but right now they're increasing prices left and right and also dropping channels and may lose Viacom. Yep. A lot of people are very upset about that, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. TY, have not tested out the live wave antenna. Always remember, anything that makes crazy strong promises, take it with a grain of salt. All right, everybody. Hey, do me a favor. Let me know what show or movie on a streaming service, a legal streaming service, would you recommend right now? I am currently pushing my way through the most recent season of Arrested Development. Having a lot of fun. Not sure if it's as good as the original ones, but still funny as all out. And I would love to know, what else should I watch once this ends? So what are you watching right now? Let's end the show today with your recommendations about the new, what new shows I should be watching, or other people. Leave us a comment and let people know not only what you're going to watch, but where it's available right now. Luke, what do you think about Apple's news service that they are also going to announce on Monday? Yeah, so reportedly they're going to launch a news one. I'm going to have to wait and get more information about it before I have an opinion. I know I've been very cautious that Apple News' current one because of, I don't get a lot of money from it. So, it's kind of tough to recommend it. Unfortunately, the reality is banner ads pay for my salary, pay salaries like Jess's and Becca's and others. So if we're not paying them, then it's just not going out there. Watch what you want. Great recommendation there, Willie. And thanks for being a supporter of the channel. You too, Robert. But if you have a recommendation, let us know. Star Trek Discovery, Doom Patrol, and DC Universe. Luke, is it true that Sony is coming out with a Roku TV? I have not heard that rumor. Sony is head over heels in with the partnership that they have with Google and Android TV, so I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked. Still no Fox Nation on Roku, hopefully soon. Great British Bake Off, that's a great one right there. When will we get the discount for DirecTV Now? Well, the only way to get that $10 discount I'm pointing about is to threaten to cancel either the chat or go in the cancel screen and find the little banner ad right there. The Good Fight, Colin says on CBS. Continuum on Netflix. Great time travel show, yep. With the proper ending. I haven't seen the ending. I'll have to check that out. All right, everybody. I think we're going to roll this up. Call it a great day. Again, thank you. 58,000 subscribers. Huge thank you. Best day in the history of the website today. Huge, huge, huge thank you. I appreciate your support. hopefully, my hope to you is that we were able to help you break free from the high cost of cable TV. So let us know. Let your friends know. If you're new here, check out the links in the show notes down below, and we will do best to help you out. So questions, comments, we would appreciate any feedback you have. If you were watching this you missed the beginning of this, I will be posting immediately afterwards the full replay of this so you can watch it over again. And I will see you tomorrow for our daily recap show, and next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for our core cutting Q&A next week. So I hope everybody has a great day. Take care. I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.